Hello everyone, Craig here with a version of the Beatles' Girl from the Rubber Soul album. And it's a pretty interesting song, this one. It's it's got some interesting bits in it. I'm starting in A minor and playing this top melody on the top string. So there's the fingering, A minor shape. Then it goes to an E7th, which I'm playing up here on the 4th fret and the 5th fret there, 4th fret bar. But there's an immediate melody note, this C note. So from the E7th, I'm strumming the chord. Is there anybody going to... And then back to this E7th shape, and I'm just strumming the bottom 3 strings. So it's an E7th, slide down just to get this C note by itself on the top string, and then slide back again to get the other 3 strings. And then I let go while I'm changing the chords, and there's my other melody note. So from the top, A minor, it's a couple of single notes to start with. E7th, C note, and then back again to the E7th, and an A string, the top string. Then we're back to an A minor, and that's no change in the fretting hand. I'm just they're the melody notes on the top string and the second string. So I place my 3rd finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. There. Then the next chord is a D minor. Then again there's a couple of odd notes which I'm playing with my little finger, pinky, on the 4th fret. So that's quite an odd melody note to put in with a D minor. And then reaching down to the bottom string. And back again. So A minor. Slide up to the E7th. Flatten it for that one melody note. Lift off. A minor. Add this melody note on the 3rd fret. Change to a D minor shape. And the 4th finger, 4th fret. And then down the bottom string. And back to the 2nd string. And the last chord is a C. So you can hear that there's the melody being played on lots of different strings, which is what makes it a bit weird. D minor shape you're holding the whole time. 2nd string, 1st string, 2nd string, 4th fret, open top string, 4th string, 4th fret, open string, top string, and back to 2nd string, 4th fret. So it goes. C. And the turnaround chord is an E7th. So that pattern repeats. So we'll look at it again. I'll just play it slowly and a bit more smoothly. A minor. E7th, minor, D minor, oops, and C, and E seventh. And the whole, that pattern just repeats twice to make the full verse. And with the strumming hand, you'll notice almost all of my strums are actually pulling upwards. They're almost all up strums, picking from the melody note that I want to play. So that's quite important here, where I'm playing all 4 strings, and then it's one string by itself when I slide down, and I hold my finger here ready to play the 3 strings when I slide back again. So you're going from the 3rd fret to the 4th fret, and those are the bottom 3 strings. And again here, when I'm just holding the A minor chord, playing all 4 strings, so I get I want to emphasize the 2 different notes on 2 different strings. So it's 4 strings, 3 strings, 4 strings, and 3 again when I've fretted this. D minor, again I'm picking the melody notes. That's the melody that's being sung, and I'm strumming back from each of those notes. Got to make sure that I fret this one quite cleanly, because that's the melody note on the bottom string. Okay, so that's the pattern. It's quite a simple pattern, really. I'll play it one more time. And then we're into the chorus, Girl. And it's a C and an E minor. But the melody, I want to emphasize the bottom string, the 4th string. Oh, girl. And then the E minor, when I first strum it, I'm not fretting the top finger, because I want... That's the melody I want. Oh, girl. So that's an E minor without your first finger. Those are the 3 strings that I want to emphasize as melody notes. And then it slides down to a D minor. So when you see me playing it before, I'm fingering the E minor but leaving this finger off just so I can hit that top note, and then I'm replacing it because I still want the E minor to be the main chord. It's just that melody note. And it almost immediately as well, it's a weird melody that John Lennon's singing when girl, it kind of slides down to the D minor shape. So then I get to this bottom note, and the turnaround here is a G 7th, C, E minor without the top string to start with, and then slides down to the D minor and a G 7th. So that's something to practice. It's a really simple turnaround, but just that E minor, getting the top A note, the open A string, and then emphasizing this third string melody note as it slides down. So there we go. Then that whole pattern just repeats. So it is actually a pretty simple song structure. Back to the A minor, E7th, A minor, D minor, and C, and E7th, A minor. E7th, A minor, D minor, and C, E7th. Then it's C, E minor, D minor, and G7. Alright, then we're into the bridge, which is again really simple. It's a D minor, and in typical John Lennon style, he does this in many songs. The whole melody is, it's almost one note, and so it's D minor and A. And then I'm playing a D, I'm actually playing an F6 here, which is like a, just to get that, it's a 5th fret. I'm strumming up to get the top note, and then back down to get the bottom note on those outside strings. La, da, 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 da. A, da, 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 da. 5th fret bar, and pretty well go straight back to the D minor. And A. So that's the background that that the vocals are singing. That's just the rhythm, and the melody is simply emphasizing the top strings. So D minor, A, 5th fret bar, and I guess I'm just strumming the top 3 strings and then the bottom 3 strings as 2 separate chords. And just the final one, I switch to this is an F bar shape. So I'm changing my fingers, but the frets are exactly the same. I'm still barring the 5th fret, and it's just so I can reach to do this 8th fret and get the proper full F. And then it goes back into the girl. So I just play that bridge again, but it's really simple. D minor and A. 5th fret, back to D minor and A, D minor, A, then the 5th fret, and then I'm swapping fingers just to get my top F note in the chord. And there we go, we've got most of the bits, and then the only other tricky bit, now this is weird, is the instrumental. Really sounds like sort of Greek folk music. but it's not too tricky to play. I'm playing an A minor and with the C note. So that's my first position, and I'm sort of plucking the outside notes of my melody. Do, 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 do. So it's A minor with a C note here, and rather than just play the single notes, I am actually sort of plucking. I'm usually plucking at least 2 strings at once, but I tend to kind of grab all 4 strings and just all of this instrumental bit. I'm plucking all 4 strings. I'm just emphasizing the ones that I want to pluck louder. That's a technique as well, just to sort of get used to. So I guess my first ones, maybe I'm not plucking so much with this my thumb. So that makes you hear this top note, and then I really play with my thumb the second one. That's A minor, goes to E7th. And the same thing, emphasizing the top strings and then the bottom ones. Then I'm sort of keeping this same shape. I've been using my first finger and my third finger because they kind of just keep sliding up and down the strings. So from the A minor, slides up to the E7th and bars. Then it slides up to the 5th fret and the 7th fret, but it's not a bar, this one. It's an A minor chord, but I want these melody notes. So I'm stretching over 5th fret on the bottom string and the 7th fret. And then the F that we played before. And then back to this A minor, which is the reaching over, 5th and 7th fret. And then I'm playing an F again, but I'm just having the bar on my 5th fret. And then playing all the melody notes here. So that's still an F, but with lots of different little top note variations. And then I'll go through all this again slower. Then we're down to a C, and reaching up to the 5th fret. And then while I'm still on the C, I'm placing these fingers for an E7th chord, except I keep the C for that first strum and then slide it down so it's a proper E7th. Alright, so the shapes: A minor with the 2nd fret here and the 3rd fret there. Then it all slides up to an E7th and bars the 4th fret. Then it slides up one more, and then this finger slides another one, and it's not a bar chord this time, just the 5th fret and the 7th. Then it's a bar with the 8th fret, back to this 5th and 7th chord. Then it bars again, just the 5th fret, and then all these melody notes with the 5th fret bar being held, down to a C, and then keep the C note, place these fingers for the E7th, and then slide the C, your 3rd finger, back for the E7th. So let's just, well, again, really slowly getting the shapes right before we do the plucking. A minor to E7th, to the A minor there, to the F, A minor, F, C, and E7th. And the melody, when you listen to the record, it might make more sense, but the melody is really just going. kind of like a little Greek, I don't know, bouzouki or whatever they're called. But yeah, the so I'm really emphasising. You just saw then I was playing the top note and the bottom note most of these times. Then I'm playing all 4 strings here. And C. And all 4 strings again. I'm just really just plucking all strings together. One thumb and 3 fingers on all the strings. So that's kind of tricky. That's going to take most of your time to learn, is just this part in the song. It's quite pretty though. And when it finishes, you're back into the C and this E minor, D minor, and G7th, and that's the play out. So yeah, pretty simple structure, but again, they tend to take some simple things and they just complicate it in a way that sounds really, really interesting. A minor. So yeah, I'm really sort of concentrating on the outside strings a lot. Once these fingers are playing that shape, they tend to stay in the same shape, same positions. Sometimes I play the A minor with this first finger, so it's ready, and the third finger, I'm using these fingertips. So then they both slide up, and that's ready for the E7th. A minor, D minor. The D minor, you've got to stretch with your pinky to get this note and this note. C, E7th, they're just straightforward chords. Then the C and the E minor, where you're emphasizing melody notes, hitting this go. So that's the 2 sections of the sung part. Then the third section is the chorus, which is simply D minor and A, and then a 5th fret bar. This F note just at the very end. And then the really tricky musical instrumental bit, which just takes some getting used to. Hopefully you can watch the rest of this video and nut it out. But I'll play it one more time really slowly, just so we can see the shapes. then that just repeats one more time, and then you've kind of got the whole song. So thanks very much for watching. There's some homework for you. Hope you have fun having a go. Thank you. See you later.